Hey Drew, is there anything I can do with my diet to increase my fertility chances with PCOS? Yeah, there really are. So if you're trying to improve your fertility chances with PCOS, you have to understand at first what's causing fertility issues. So number one, I would always say work with your fertility expert. Work with them because they are experts in that field. But in terms of diet, there are heaps of things you can do, right? Because we know a lot of the fertility issues around PCOS is of course down to irregular cycles, irregular menstrual cycles or anovulatory cycles, right? You have cycles where you're not having ovulation because if you don't ovulate, you can't fall pregnant. So we're looking at, okay, what's the cause of those issues? It's the hormonal imbalances, specifically high testosterone and androgen levels, and high insulin levels driven by insulin resistance. So therefore, if you want to improve your fertility chances with PCOS, you want to be balancing insulin and androgens. So now you're going to be saying, okay, well with my diet specifically, because that's what this question was about, how can I set my diet up to achieve those two things? Well, insulin, we're looking at reducing overall carbohydrate intake. I really think between 20 to 30% of your overall calories, your overall diet, should be coming from carbohydrates. So it's a relatively low carbohydrate diet. Now, some women I'm speaking to are getting wonderful results with the ketogenic diet. I don't think you have to go as low as the ketogenic diet, although if it's working for you, fantastic, keep going. But for most women, you don't have to go that low, but you do want to be minimizing how many carbohydrates you're eating in total and ensuring that the carbohydrates you are eating are good, low GI carbohydrates, which means they're whole carbohydrates. Things like sweet potato, brown rice, green vegetables, right? So these are carbohydrate sources that your body has to digest, so it's not going to cause a big spike in insulin levels. You're going to get that nice slow release. So carbohydrates are the biggest thing you can do. And then in androgen levels, you can look at reducing your intake of dairy. That will also have positive impacts on insulin levels. And I would also play around with reducing your gluten intake and as well as your dairy intake. I don't think you have to eliminate both of them, but I would just play around with it and just see how your body responds. And overall, right, there's no magic PCOS diet. It's simply following a healthy whole foods diet. Lots of lean proteins, lots of vegetables, lots of good healthy fruits, good fat, avocado, coconut oil. And then it's just being consistent with that. The big issue is now in our Western society, 80% of our diet is shit. And if you look at what makes PCOS worse, is exactly what our society is built for now. So stick to that whole foods diet, good protein, lots of proteins, good healthy fats, low carbohydrate, and ensure those carbohydrates are low GI. Work with your fertility expert, take the right supplements, a lot of things you can do with exercise as well. Focus on quality sleep, focus on reducing emotional and physical stresses. Repeat that if you can. Track your ovulation, ensure you and your partner are having lots of sex around the days you're ovulating, and there you're giving yourself the best chances to fall pregnant.